jacket energy pills. Don't take those. You have like a feeling of dread. Like, what have I done?
I guess there were guys like this in every high school that like, I don't know, maybe their home life is bad or whatever, but they're like looking for some way to get high actively all the time. When they're 15, 16 years old. But because we were like a rural high school, there wasn't a big access to drugs, especially not any hard drugs. Like I never heard of anybody using anything other than marijuana ever in my high school. Like there was no cocaine or like amphetamines or anything like that ever that I heard of. But I remember these guys would huff gasoline. I saw them do it. Like in the metals class, we had a generator, like a gasoline, you pull start generator, and they'd be in there. They'd take the cap off, and they'd go and they'd be huffing the gas out of the thing
that
right
works?
there. Yeah, gasoline.
Yeah,
up.
terrible for you.
Yeah, they'd huff gasoline. They'd huff paint thinner. And what else? What was the other thing that they were doing?
I know in my high school, so my high school had every drug, unlike yours. Like I don't know, LSD, acid. I'm not even sure that might be the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Of course, pot, but cocaine, mushrooms, all kinds of stuff. But some of the guys, in an effort, I guess, to save money or even make a buck, would work at the grocery store. And Cool Whip comes in a tub, right? Ready Whip, I think.
Whippets.
Whippets. Oh, my God. They would just whip it. Every fucking Ready Whip that came through the supermarket, they would all take a pop on it. And they would just whip it like all day, all night.
So wait, are they purchasing whippets, or are they are they working at the grocery store, going in the dairy aisle and being like, let's put this back now?
Yeah, the latter one. Before it made its way onto the shelf, they would take a huff.
So you get home to make your nice ice cream sundae, and you're like,
yeah, right. This has like
fluid,
liquid. Yeah,
it's got a little pothead breath on it, and I don't think they would totally like empty it. Although I guess they broke the seal. I don't know what the scoop is, but yeah, they would just huff from like every Ready Whip that went through the supermarket.
Have you ever seen someone do that, like in person?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whippets, it feels so much seedier than it should feel seeing a guy stand there with like Ready Whip in his hand.
Yeah,
it's like this isn't what they meant for you to do. Like this has to be awful for you.
I've never actively like been like, yeah, let's do some whippets, guys. But I've been making ice cream sundae and been like, oh wow, oh god, oh. And for like 8 or 10 seconds, you're just really lightheaded and fucked up, and I'm just like, I don't like this. Like, I just want the ice cream.
I don't know how dangerous it is, but it's really short-lived.
Yeah, it's like 10 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
I saw there was a Stern thing where they were at some festival, and they go around interviewing the weird people that go to this festival or whatever. And there's a guy walking around with I guess it's nitrous oxide. I think I got that right. And he's got a tank of it, like an oxygen tank size. Like if you're in a wheelchair, you got an oxygen tank. You walk
like
around.
The dentist, yeah.
About yay big. He's got one of those. He's walking around and he's the party man. He's got a little mask attached to that thing, and it's a buck a hit. And you got to think, like, there must be hundreds and hundreds of hits inside of this thing, and he's killing it. He's out there. Everybody's just, and you do a hit, and it's not like you're done for the day. You're like, yeah, give me another one. Here, you take a 5. Just open it up.
Yeah, I saw a guy. He was at a Steve Miller concert. Exact same setup. Like I don't know, it was probably like held MIG welding gases or something normally, but
just argon in there.
Yeah, but it was all filled with nitrous oxide. And his, because I'm a little old school, he was selling it out of a Volkswagen bus, right?
Oh, that's very fitting.
Right? So fitting.
For 2 halfpennies.
And it was like Kyle said, I forget what he was selling it for, but it was like 5 hits for $5 or 12 hits for 10 or something like that. Yeah. And people were just, oh, he was selling balloons too. That was the thing you could buy.
Fill you up and you take. And I think that I'm sounding like I'm some sort of whippets expert, but I just watch movies and I'm familiar with pop culture. I think there's like a nozzle thing you get that like attaches to the balloon, and now you've just got it there, and you can like have a valve. So you're not just pinching a balloon and walking around like a weirdo. You've actually got an apparatus, and there's some paraphernalia that helps with that. But that's like I said, making ice cream sundae. I've hit that thing before and been like, this isn't for me.
I think it's real dangerous.
I don't think so at all. But to
not.
me, I bet abusing it is. I'm not don't. But I think like having a little before your ice cream sundae probably can't do anything. But it felt to me like the head rush you get from standing up too quickly. If you're like my blood sugar's too low, maybe you stand up too quickly, everything gets a little dim for a second, you get a head rush. Like felt like that to me, and that's not pleasant.
I think there's that small chance that like I don't know of anyone that died from pot. But I think that there's that 1% of the people get instant brain aneurysms, and it's horribly acutely bad for some small group of people.
Shit,
nitrous oxide.
If that's true, I wish I'd known that.
They have
never do that again.
Don't anesthesiologists they go to school to use that and learn all about it, and then meanwhile it's just long-haired Harry.
I mean,
take a balloon, man. I'm addicted to a substance that I have to do 3 times a minute to stay buzzed. Trust me.
Dentist is allowed to apply it. It can't be that big of a deal, right? Because they don't.
They're doctors.
They're not doctors. That's what it's the old Seinfeld joke. Like what do you call a doctor that flunks out of medical school? A dentist.
They make good money, but you probably should make good money.
I'm not shitting on dentists. Don't get me wrong, but they're not doctors per se. I don't know. I think your average oncologist is just many tiers above your average.
Yeah, if you're on a stranded island and you're like, "Is there a doctor here?" Nobody's like, "Oh, thank God, a dentist."
Does he have a cavity?
Yeah.
No, it's a gunshot. Well, no, not me.
Oncologist is the one you picked. I feel like the oncologist just executes a plan on a very well-traveled road.
I guess
neurosurgeon, or even what is a bone doctor called? Osteosurgeon.
I feel like some of the oncologists are also surgeons, though, and you're consulting with the guy who's going to do the surgery. I was thinking of that sort of scenario, I guess. I don't know much about that thing, though. Luckily for me, I've never had to go down that road.
Yeah. I can't believe that your high school, they only had pot. That's an unbelievable thing.
Maybe I was just in the dark, right? But I just remember, I would hear of, the seedy stuff that maybe would go on. I remember there was one girl that was into, getting gangbanged. And that was a thing that happened. You'd hear that oh yeah, she fucked all those guys, and they made a video, and you'd be like, where can I get the video? And it's we don't have the internet at this point, so it's
I don't know if it was true, but I would hear about that kind of stuff in my high school too. In social groups higher than mine, yeah, these 4 really hot guys and these 4 really hot girls all orgied and would do it on the regular, and it's dude, he's fucked her, and her. That is the who's who of this high school. And, I don't know what's true or not,